Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of No Seconds Wasted. It's a series of short films designed to motivate and equip you to live a successful and prosperous life. Yes. I'm Jeff.
And I'm Joshua.
And we want to talk today and reach as many people as we can so that you can be positioned to go after your dreams and stop wasting time.
Yes.
Today's episode 2 of the show, and we want to talk about the greatest enemy. You might have heard a cliche phrase, or maybe you haven't, but you're going to hear it today. The greatest enemy is the inner me. And so we want to dive into that, what that means, what that looks like, and equip you with some practical tools to win today. So Joshua, talk to us about that. What does that mean? The greatest enemy is the inner me.
I think it's really easy for us to blame other people for the mistakes that we make in our own lives, or give other people credit sometimes when they really weren't a part of what it took for us to succeed. I think the biggest problem that any of us has is to come to a point where we realize that we are wrong about something.
Wow, that's powerful. To realize that we are wrong.
We're wrong about something. Wow. People believe that they're the smartest person in the room, and there's a such thing as self-confidence, and then there's deception. And I think most people think they know a whole lot more than what they really know. And the wall that we run into that separates us from where we are and where we want to be, and what I believe is where God wants us to be, is that wall called self. And it's filled with pride and unwillingness to change, really. And no one can stop you from becoming who you want to be. I've heard people say, "Oh, I blame the white man and the black man and the polka dot man and it's women. The problem is with women. Oh, the young generation. Oh, it's the old generation. They won't change." The real problem is that we're not realizing that our success completely hinges upon one word, and it's choice. We have a responsibility and an opportunity, really, to choose to do what we need to do.
So you're saying that we can be our own wall. We
Absolutely.
Can be our own stumbling block. We can be our own hindrance to success. What are some things from your own experience or from observation of others that prevent us from moving forward?
The inability to self-assess is one of the biggest hurdles that we have to overcome.
What does that look like? What is self-assessment like? Give us an example. Like, if you did a self-assessment, what would that look like?
Yeah, so right now, if someone wanted to find out about whatever active teams are playing right now in whatever sport, I would be the worst person to come to. But there are some other people who don't know about a matter, and they try to fake as if they do. And I joke all the time, and with you as well, about different teams and sports that are going on, because I don't follow it at all.
Right.
But in reality, the problem is that a lot of us treat our actual lives that way, where there's something that we don't know something about, and instead of us looking in the mirror and saying that there's information that exists that I don't already know, that can help me get to the next level. So it starts with looking in the mirror, and it's easy, I think, sometimes to look at our strengths, right? But it's more complicated to look at our areas of opportunities or weaknesses.
Okay.
And the beginning, I think, to getting through that wall is to look and see that there's a need to change.
Okay, so what about the other side of it? You know how some people, like, they're not really fazed by other people's opinions and all that other stuff, but they're their own worst critic. So they take self-assessment to like the extreme, and that may prevent them from moving forward.
Okay.
What's some factors, or what's wrong with that picture? Or is that something that we need to strive towards, being our own worst critic?
There's a very big difference between giving it your all and wanting to be the very best, and slipping into the other side of that, which is loathing and self-hatred. There are some people that I know that are extremely talented, but they have no self-confidence because of the fact that every time they do something well, they find 50 other things that they didn't do well. So if you find yourself on the opposite side of that coin, where you are your biggest enemy as it relates to you holding yourself back because of lack of proper growth, you have to realize that you're already good enough. I think we strive to be better, and that's good. We should want to be number one in our fields, in our industries, with our families, with our friends, with our goals, right? But we also have to give ourselves freedom to be human and make mistakes. And for us to realize that we're already good enough, we should continue to strive. But there has to be a core of us that is connected, that says that I'm reaching for something greater, but what I currently am offering or have to offer, the world still needs. So know that you're already important. You matter so much, and all of your flaws are significantly smaller than your points of strength.
Yeah, that's good. And so what I hear you saying in a lot of this is you've kind of given us some practical tools, because that's what I really want to equip everyone watching this video and this episode about, is giving us practical tips and tools to really win every single day. So one of them was just take the pressure off of yourself to be the best. Being the best is not a bad thing. Go for it, but don't kill yourself in trying to be the best, right? Take some of that pressure off. What are some other practical tools or tips that you can suggest to help us get over us being our own worst enemy?
I think if we surround ourselves with people who are like-minded, people who are also trying to do something better with their lives, will give us the extra strength and motivation to continue to move forward with our own goals. And the person that you connect with, or the people that we connect with, don't even have to be directly involved with whatever it is that we do for a living, or if we have a not-for-profit, specifically a church or charity. We can link with, I can be in commodities and still link with you if you're a florist, but you're still going towards your next goal. So the next level, after you break through that wall of admitting that there's something that you don't know, will be to partner with another person and as many people that you can of quality, not quantity. Because too often we want to surround ourselves around a lot of people when we should really try to surround ourselves around good people, no matter how many it is. But the next step would be, like I said, to partner with someone else who's going towards their own goals, to have strength in numbers.
Yeah, okay. And that's another point there, is the quality versus quantity. Because a lot of times we want a lot of stuff, a lot of money, a lot of items, a lot of people. Because, you know, society, media, Hollywood, whatever we want to call it, perpetuates this notion that we need all of that stuff. Yeah. And oftentimes as you go through the journey of life, you find that the more successful you want to be, the smaller your circle gets.
So
does that make sense?
Yes.
The smaller your circle gets, and maybe it's not necessarily about the stuff, even though there's nothing wrong with the stuff. You can have it, you know, take it and whatever. But the successful people in life typically have a real small circle, and they partner with the people that are just going to continue to push them and motivate them to be a better version of themselves.
So true.
Yeah,
man, that's good. That's good.
That's good. Okay, so that's another tip. Anything else that you can think of, like another maybe tip or productive way that we can overcome ourselves as being the greatest enemy?
Well, we are a part of the 6 a.m. accountability call, Monday through Friday. So it forces us to get out of bed, and there may be challenges sometimes with getting on the call, but we hold each other accountable, and it gets annoying sometimes because I've missed 2 days so far, and you've missed how many?
2 days so far as well. Yep. So we're tied.
Just two?
Yeah.
So we'll get on each other about that. Like, hey man, what happened? Why didn't you get on the call? And we allow ourselves that humility. Humility is that biggest curse word for people, because everyone wants to be their own man and their own woman. But if you're humble enough to really realize that, you know, you're not going to go to the next level without people helping you, no man or woman is an army, right?
Yeah, man. So that is basically a nutshell of that topic. The greatest enemy is the inner me. And so that concludes today's episode. We want to thank each and every one of you for watching. We hope that it inspires you, motivates you, encourages you to live your best life. And don't forget, don't waste any seconds, but go after your dreams.
Thank you. We love you guys.
Peace, Hollywood.